"Don't bother coming for Thanksgiving," she said, her voice like ice through the phone. I expected anger. I expected hurt. What I didn't expect was how calm I felt as I replied, "Okay, Mom. Take care." Because the truth is, by then, I was already broken in ways she couldn't understand. And maybe never cared to. It started a year earlier. Innocently, or so I thought. A text from my sister-in-law Laura. "You free for lunch? Need to talk." I figured it was about my brother, Jake. They'd been off lately, and Laura sometimes leaned on me to vent. We'd always been close, closer than most in-laws. We met at a quiet cafe. Her eyes were already red when I arrived. "I think Jake's cheating on me," she said, voice trembling. My heart sank. I'd known my brother to be flawed, distant, even selfish at times. But a cheater? That didn't seem like him. I tried to reassure her. Maybe she misunderstood. Maybe it was stress. But she wasn't just guessing. She had screenshots, receipts, late-night messages from a number saved under a fake name. One photo was blurry, taken through a windshield, but it was unmistakably Jake, outside a hotel. She hadn't confronted him yet. She wanted confirmation. Against my better judgment, I agreed to help. I felt sick doing it, but I trailed him one night, parked 2 cars behind his truck. Sure enough, I watched him walk into that same hotel. An hour later, a woman followed. Not Laura. I had all I needed. And I hated that I did. Laura confronted him the next day. He denied it. Called her paranoid. Said she was crazy. That I was feeding her lies. When she told him I'd seen it myself, that I had photos, his panic turned to rage. Within a week he went nuclear. He told our parents I was trying to ruin his marriage. That I'd always been jealous of him. That I was trying to break apart the family. And somehow they believed him. I sat at the kitchen table across from my mom a few days later, desperate to explain. But she wasn't listening. Her arms were crossed. Her mouth was a flat line. She wouldn't look me in the eyes. "You don't turn on family," she said coldly. "I didn't turn on anyone," I said. I told the truth. Jake's cheating. I didn't want to be involved, but... She slammed her palm on the table. "That's between him and his wife. Not you." "But I was involved," I said, trying to stay calm. Laura asked for my help. I couldn't lie to her. "She's not our blood," she snapped. "Jake is." That sentence shattered something in me. I left in silence. Months passed. The rift grew. Jake spread more lies. Said I'd been obsessed with Laura. That I had feelings for her. It was absurd, disgusting, but it worked. My father stopped calling. My sister unfollowed me on everything. Only Laura stayed in touch, now separated from Jake, raising their daughter alone. Then came the phone call. A week before Thanksgiving. I had texted Mom to ask what time dinner would be. She didn't reply. She called instead. "Don't bother coming for Thanksgiving," she said flatly. "You've done enough damage to this family." I didn't flinch. I didn't cry. Something inside me had gone numb long before that call. "I understand," I said, forcing a smile she couldn't see. "Take care, Mom." And that was it. Thanksgiving came. I didn't go. I spent the day with Laura and my niece instead. We made a mess of the kitchen, burned half the pie, and laughed until we cried. It wasn't traditional, but it was honest. And honest had been missing from my life for too long. Weeks later, I found out from a cousin that my family had a perfect Thanksgiving. Photos posted. Smiles forced. Jake gave a speech about forgiveness and unity. The irony made me sick. But here's the thing no one tells you about betrayal. Sometimes it doesn't come from enemies. It comes from the people you grew up trusting. The ones who taught you how to spell loyalty, and then weaponized it against you. I didn't lose my family because I betrayed them. I lost them because I refused to lie for them. Years have passed since then. I no longer speak to Jake. My parents and I are civil but distant. My sister eventually apologized, quietly, tearfully, admitting she never really believed the things he said about me. But the damage is done. I still see Laura sometimes. She's remarried now. Happy. She says I saved her from 10 more years of pretending. That means something to me. But every Thanksgiving, I still hear those words. "Don't bother coming." And I smile. Because I've learned that family isn't who shares your name. It's who shares your truth.